What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eye Variety, also known as PT, and I'm back to talk about The Walking Dead. Spoiler warning for The Walking Dead, a show, comics, but definite spoiler warning for The Walking Dead back half of Season 10. We got the opening minutes of The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 12, and we're going to discuss it, break it down a little bit. As always, guys, let me know your thoughts, post your comments below. But man, Season 10, Episode 11 started the battle at Hilltop, and then Season 10, Episode 12 is going to pick up right there at Hilltop. But first, guys, before we get to it, please help us out and hit that subscribe button if you have already. Thank you very much. We have a goal of 100,000 subscribers. Hit the join button to become a valued member of our PT channel, Walking Dead family, and ring the bell to be notified when we post videos every day. Now, the opening minutes start with fire. Fire everywhere. The fire budget is crazy for this episode, at least the opening. We see Carol shooting arrows at the tons of walkers that are still coming towards Hilltop. I really don't know how they're getting through the fire. They should be on fire, right? There was fire all over the place, but either way, walkers are coming towards Hilltop. Carol's like, oh man, this is pretty terrible. We see fire on the Barrington house. We see it on the trailers. We see it over here. We see it there. Fire everywhere. Then we see walkers coming through the fire. We didn't start the fire. Alpha did. No. Well, ultimately, the walkers are coming through the fire. Call back to Season 6? I think so. As the fire would attract the walkers would be starting to get burned up. But the fire budget is more than last episode. Last time we had one fire guy. Now we have a bunch of walkers on fire. And it's got to be tricky working with fire. I mean, there's got to be a lot of safety precautions and everything. But this has been the fire season. And here's a great shot of Daryl doing his little twirly dance, his twirly burly, little swinging around his Morning Star, and bam, takes out the walkers. And he uses it a lot in these scenes, and it's pretty awesome. But so many walkers and whispers are coming into Hilltop. And to be honest, I wouldn't think that the higher up whispers would go in. I said that in my trailer breakdown that I didn't think the whispers would get inside Hilltop, but they did. I know if I was a whisper, I'd be like, I ain't going in there. There's fire, there's walkers, there's people trying to take us out. But Rosita takes out a walker. That's a great shot of fire behind her. And we're going to see a bunch of people taking out walkers and whispers. And it's crazy. It's action-packed. And I know a lot of people like that. And this is a pretty great battle. But some people are saying they stole it from Game of Thrones, and you see some Lord of the Rings stuff. But the walkers are coming towards Hilltop inside that opening. You see an arrow take out this walker. You see the catapults being used, and you see Alden and Earl loading up the catapults and firing them towards the walkers and the whispers. And you can see Earl and Alden are connected here. But how long did it take to build a catapult? Or two or three of them? Probably a good amount of time and resources, when you could have just dug a trench and it would have been far more useful. But the catapults are being used. It's pretty cool. And I love Earl, what he says in the trailer. He's like, take that, you know, he's like a pirate. He's like, take that, yeah. Because he's got to take these whisperers down. He's the only one super motivated that I've seen to take the whisperers down, along with Alden and probably everybody. But Earl's the most vocal about it. And we see Rosita, Luke, and Aaron. And if you saw the clip, one of the sneak peek clips, you see that Aaron and Luke are connected in this episode. Then we see a whisper inside Hilltop, and the whisper is going after a no-name Hilltopper. Kelly comes in and saves the day, and it's lower level whispers. So I didn't think Alpha and Beta would go in, but I also didn't think the whispers would be in there. I know I wouldn't, but this is pretty awesome. It's the Morning Star flail thing. Takes me back to Season 5 when Daryl did it with the chain and the whip, kind of like Ghost Rider. And again, he's using it all over the place. This is his primary weapon for this battle. It's pretty cool. It takes out a whisper right there on the left. You can't really see it very well, but a whisper is like squaring up with him, and he's like, wha-bam! More walkers are coming in, and Daryl leads the charge with the guys with the shields, and you know, they block them and they form a barricade there, and they start taking out more and more walkers, which they do, and the walkers fall, and it blocks the walkers from coming in, and they start slowing down. Good shot of the Barrington house on fire. Eugene's going to see it and have to run towards it because he has something in there, I'm guessing, that he wants for Stephanie when he meets her in a week. And yes, I know I said that they're going to meet in West Virginia, and that's halfway most likely, so she still could be in Ohio. Then we see Lydia taking out a walker, and I wonder what the future holds for Lydia on the show. We're not sure where it's going to go, but Mary comes over to Lydia and says, you can't go back out there. You know what Alpha wants. And Lydia says, I'll never lead. She'll never be part of the Whispers again, and she'll never take over as being Alpha for the Whispers. She'll never lead the Whispers. And then they run off. Then we see Mary. I guess, what do you call her? Mary? We know who she is, but I guess she's Mary now, not Gamma. But you see a good shot there. And then we see Ezekiel with the kids. He was supposed to take care of the kids. If it wasn't for Daryl, Daryl's still around fighting, so Ezekiel got the kids. He checks around, he sees Gracie, and he's like, you're not Judith. Where's Judith? And I'm not sure how they're going to get out of Hilltop. Probably go through the back. I'm guessing the back entrance of Hilltop, but it's chaotic, and Ezekiel's like, where's Judith? And then, of course, the next shot is Judith taking out walkers and a whisper. And this is interesting because Judith's taken down walkers, and she's never killed a person before. I mean, she's 10 years old, 11 years old. So she stabs this whisperer. She doesn't know it's a whisperer. The whisperer pleads for her life. Judith was going to stab her because she thinks it's a walker, and it's got to be tough. I mean, for anybody, let alone a 10-year-old. The whisperer dies. Judith can't believe what she did, and you can tell in her face that she's like, I can't believe what I did. Because killing walkers is one thing. A person, that's a whole separate thing. But the whisperer dies after pleading like, no, no. And then Earl comes over and grabs Judith. And it's interesting because I think Earl is going to save Judith or get killed in the process of getting Judith out to safety. Earl, being the guardian type person that he is and a good guy and a parent, says, let's get somewhere to safety. Now, I think she's crying to Earl right here. Now, the jacket looks a little different. It could be Michonne, but it could be Earl, talking about what Judith did, and it's okay, but it's got to be really tough on Judith. Again, this is not in this trailer. I just put 2 and 2 together from another trailer. And then a fireball. There's fireballs all over this place. I mean, stuff's exploding, stuff's on fire, and the fire budget is crazy for this episode. And then we see Carol with her impersonation of Orlando Bloom from Lord of the Rings, firing arrows and arrows and arrows. But this is a great shot of all the walkers and probably Whisperers in here coming into Hilltop with fire all around them. Eugene takes out some walkers. It looks like he punched the walker, or he stabs a walker first and then uses a knife to kill the other walker. And then he turns and he looks up at the Barrington house that's on fire. And he's like, oh crap, my stuff's up there. Barrington house is on fire. The roof is on fire. The attic is on fire. And then Eugene is going to go up there. Because it's like, oh crap, I gotta get my thing for Stephanie. I got a date in a week. I gotta go get something. Well, he just runs towards, Hilltop. Rosita's like, Eugene! And then she kills a walker and then runs the opposite way. So maybe Eugene gets into the Barrington house. Hopefully he gets out safely. We kind of think he gets out safely because if he's not there to meet Stephanie, I mean, that's crap. But like I said, Rosita kills a walker and then runs the other way. So I'm guessing Eugene and Rosita get split up in this episode and then they'll come together to know that each are safe, because I would assume that everybody, that's Rosita running away. And I would assume that we're going to have like smaller groups, a group of 2, group of 4, group of 5, and we don't know who survived. We don't know if other people know who survived, but the walkers and whisperers are still coming towards Hilltop through the entrance, still coming, and more of them, and more of them, and more walkers. So he's like, what you doing in there? And but the walkers are coming, the whisperers are coming, and Jerry's looking on like, all right, we gotta hold it down. Jerry and the group are fighting the whisperers and the walkers, and it's pretty awesome. The battle is pretty epic, and this opening minutes sequence is like 4 minutes, over 4 minutes. It's a lot of stuff going on. But again, that's a great shot. That's even better shot of all the walkers and whisperers, and you can probably see the fake dummies on the ground, but all these people coming towards the group. You see Luke, you see Rosita, and the battle is waging on. Then we see something explode over there, something of significance, because Daryl sees it and is like, come on, follow me. And then he runs over there. And if Daryl's running away, everybody else is running away too. Well, no, Daryl says, come follow me. But I'm not sure what explodes, but something that gets Daryl's attention. He's like, come on, over here. But not everybody can leave, right? But maybe there's another entrance into Hilltop now and more walkers are coming in. So our group runs and follows Daryl. You see Aaron and Luke right there. You see Rosita's going to run in a second. But Hilltop is getting overrun, and they're going to have to rebuild Hilltop. So I'm guessing later on this season, towards the end of it, if not season 11, is them rebuilding Hilltop. And this is just Hilltop. And I wonder if Beta and whoever is going to take the Horde to Alexandria next. We see walkers and whispers inside Hilltop still. More whispers are getting in there to take out people. And I guess we're losing smaller level people, but no one of significance gets hurt in the opening minutes. Again, more walkers, more whispers coming in. We see Daryl spinning around, taking out more walkers with his Morning Star or mace or whatever you want to call it. And more walkers are getting in. Our group's getting overrun, and they're going to have to abandon Hilltop. And I guess everyone leaves Hilltop, because how could you survive here? There's a big hole in the entrance. Stuff is burned down. Trailers are burned down. The Barrington house is all tore up. More walkers are there. I mean, everyone's got to evacuate if they're still alive, right? Where are they going to go? Hopefully they make it back to Alexandria and or Oceanside, but our group is getting overrun. They're having to fall back. More walkers, and more walkers. And then it ends with this crazy looking walker right here, and that's it. And man, it's a great opening minute sequence, that's for sure. But my girl Judith took out a person, and that's gotta impact her. I mean, it's your first time doing it, and it's a zombie apocalypse, so it's a matter of time, right? But we'll have to see how it impacts Judith going forward. And it kind of sucks that Michonne missed the whole battle. She didn't bring the guns. Our group was at a disadvantage, and the hilltop tactics were pretty poor, and they probably underestimated the fire and what they could do. So let me know your thoughts, post your comments below, and for those interested in my Zombie Apocalypse book series, check out the link in the description below. All these books are available now. Hope you pick up your copy today and join the fight. All the proceeds from the book series come back to the book series as well as the PT channel. Thank you guys for watching, and tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.